The death of former President Robert Mugabe, the abduction of Dr. Peter Magombei, doctor strikes, turning away of children from school, food aid deprivation, and the sharp decline of the Zimbabwe dollar are some of the highlights in the month of September. Magombei's abduction triggered widespread demonstrations by doctors, nurses, and support medical staff in Harare and Bulawayo, but he was eventually found on the 19th of September. The death of former President Mugabe brought with it some human rights violations. An incident occurred in Mudzi South, where villagers were coerced into contributing money for fuel costs. From 17 to 27 September, Mr. Clement Vule made a groundbreaking visit to Zimbabwe. The report from his visit demonstrates that the cracks of this administration are showing, while the facade of respecting civil liberties is fast slipping. Artisanal miners and residents clashed in a number of areas during this month. ZPP has consistently called for law enforcement authorities to arrest the brewing conflict between the miner gangs. In Bindura, after villagers chased miners away from their area, the Bindura Town Council had to stop pumping water amid fears that water sources had been poisoned with cyanide by miners in retaliation of their eviction. Fortunately, this speculation was later proven false. Intimidation was the highest recorded violation at 51%. Female victims were recorded at 46%, while male perpetrators were recorded at 81%. Economic conditions continue to shrink, leading to a number of issues. For instance, the Harare City Council water crisis. HCC stopped pumping water on 23 September, citing lack of funds to buy chemicals for water treatment. And alarmingly, the National AIDS Council stated that they will soon run out of ARVs. The right to education violation is ever more apparent when schools open, as evidenced in an incident in Gweru at St. Patrick's Primary, where school authorities are allegedly detaining pupils for the whole day without food and water while supervising them undertaking manual work. Among others, ZPP calls for the state to facilitate a transparent investigation into abductions and a diligent effort by law enforcement agencies in curbing murders by gangs of miners. If you are concerned about acts of violence in your community, ZPP encourages you to get in touch.